Welcome. If you have ever tried to implement NIST Cybersecurity Risk Management and ended up with spreadsheets, disconnected risk registers, or compliance documents that don't reflect reality, you're not alone. NIST explains what good cybersecurity risk management looks like, but it doesn't tell you where all that work should live. But when cybersecurity risk management is disconnected from day-to-day tools like Jira, it quickly becomes theoretical instead of operational. In this video, I will show you how to implement NIST Cybersecurity Risk Management properly inside Jira Cloud using the SoftComply Risk Manager Plus app in a way that is layered, connected, and fully traceable. The latest NIST Cybersecurity Framework 2.0 expands cybersecurity risk management beyond critical infrastructure. It now expects organizations to manage risks across both organization level, system level, and most importantly, it expects those levels to be connected to each other. No flat risk lists, no isolated spreadsheets, but structured, multi-layered risk models. And that is exactly what I will demonstrate today. Let's start with the system-level cybersecurity risks. This is the technical system level. And at this level, cybersecurity risks are fundamentally about what could happen to a system's confidentiality, availability, and integrity. These three dimensions, CIA, are the foundation of NIST security thinking. By assessing CIA separately, we keep technical consequences objective. We don't mix system-level behavior with business impacts too early. Instead, we determine, does that particular threat primarily expose data, impact confidentiality? Does it alter system behavior, impact integrity? Or does it disrupt operations, impacting availability? That clarity is what allows system risks to roll up cleanly into organizational risk level. Inside SoftComply Risk Manager Plus, we implement this using nested risk models. So we have the child model, where we have the impact assessment for confidentiality, integrity, and availability, or the CIA. And the ratings are low, medium, high for all three of them. Now, this model includes a custom formula that selects the maximum value of the three CIA ratings. Parent model is using overall impact that comes from the child model. And the child model then is the following. We have three characteristics: confidentiality, availability, and integrity. And all of them have three levels: low, medium, high. And we are using custom formula maximum that takes the maximum value from all classifiers that we have and brings them onto an overall impact of low, medium, high. And this then feeds into the parent model, where the child model or the CIA impact model is used as the impact characteristic with a likelihood on the other axis, creating a two-dimensional parent model where you have the risk classes of low, medium, high. And this is how you can do a nested risk model inside Jira. In the Risk Manager Plus app, we also have different templates. And here we have NIST templates for both risk register, risk models, but also object registers. And object registers, we have many things from NIST, like adversarial threat events, non-adversarial threat events. We also have the threat sources library, but we also have the entire NIST 853 controls library that you can easily select then for your risks. Here we have a risk register for the technical system level risks. We have a risk called weak access control enforcement in identity management system. Like in every cybersecurity risk register, you have a full risk description here with a name of the system that it affects, the owner of that system, and the category of that risk. And the threat sources and the threat events we can pick directly from the library that we just showed. And we have the vulnerability description here. The access control mechanisms are inconsistently enforced, including inadequate authentication strength and insufficient periodic access reviews. We have pre-existing controls and the integrity, availability, and confidentiality rating here. For the impact, we have determined the primary CIA driver for this risk is confidentiality, and our risk model automatically picks the initial impact as high, with the likelihood of this particular risk being high, with initial risk class high. We have risk treatment strategy, and controls that we have picked directly from the library of controls from NIST. This system-level risk is not isolated. It is linked to its parent organization risk of inadequate protection of sensitive organizational data. And the description is failure to adequately protect sensitive organizational data, resulting in unauthorized disclosure, regulatory non-compliance, operational disruption, and reputational damage. What that means is that the system-level risks evaluates technical consequences, while organizational-level risks now evaluates business exposure, governance impact, and reputational risk. This risk aggregates the related system risks. We have both insufficient security logging and monitoring, as well as the weak access control enforcement. And we have assessed this risk also to be on a high level, and we need to mitigate that risk. So we have created this vertical traceability of organizational risk, system risk, and controls exactly like NIST expects. Now let's look at the risk register structure itself. In the Risk Manager Plus, we have NIST-based risk models and risk register templates. We have the 853 control library, but also object registers or libraries for threat events and controls. When defining a risk, you don't type everything manually. For example, this particular threat event here, the unauthorized access to or disclosure of sensitive organizational data, is something that you can pick from a threat event library. And the same for controls. You have the full control library where you can pick the controls that are relevant for this particular risk. Both of those libraries are already embedded in the SoftComply Risk Manager Plus app. This ensures consistency, standard terminology, no copy-paste errors, easy traceability. Each control has their own owner, due date, and links to documentation. Finally, we have cybersecurity risk review meeting notes from February 11. You pull the information from Jira to Confluence with risk macros, either the risk table macro or the risk model macro, and then you lock this content. Instead of having dynamic content on the page that continuously changes as you are updating your risk register, you have taken a snapshot of it. This is the snapshot taken 11:40 a.m. today and freezes the risk table as you had it today after the meeting. Once you have locked this content, you are ready to approve this version and release it to the rest of your organization. This particular risk review baseline was approved by me, signed by me today after we had the risk review meeting, and it was released to the organization. This is how you can create a full traceability between your cybersecurity risks in Jira to create a baseline that is approved version control and released to the team. That is how you get the formal record of risk ratings, treatment decisions, and acceptance decisions with control assignments. This is auditable governance. We have organizational cybersecurity risks that are linked and connected to your system cybersecurity or technical cybersecurity risks that are then structured based on the CIA assessment, driving the overall impact for the parent level. And we have the NIST 853 controls linked back to the organizational level with risk review baselines approved in Confluence. This is how NIST CSF 2.0 is meant to work. It's layered, connected, traceable, and auditable. And you can make this directly inside Jira and Confluence Cloud together with SoftComply, Risk Manager Plus, and Document Manager apps. If you are managing cybersecurity risks and want to implement NIST properly without spreadsheets and disconnected tools, book a call with us and we'll help you get started. Thanks for watching and best of luck with your cybersecurity risk management. Bye-bye.